Well, well, well. There you are, and here I am. Greetings, folks. Rebel Gray, and I just wanted to chime in with a personal video this week, but it won't be the only video you're going to get. We'll go to that in a minute. I guess I wanted to do this because there's been a few things on my mind that I've been putting down as bullet points in my phone, and I suppose, well, now's as good a time as any to put all of those into some form of some kind. So I'm going to go through my bullet points here and just get this all, down on video. Maybe I'll even do an audio version of this one because I know I didn't do one for the last video because I had sort of this minute-long version at the thing at the end section where it was all video, and if you didn't have the video, it made no sense to just listen to silence for like a minute and a half on the audio, so I didn't do that. But anyway, I've been thinking a lot about the game lately and what's happening with it. We've got this thing of like when's Way of the Force coming out? When's FFG going to tell us? When are we going to see more spoilers? We got some spoilers this week, which was cool. I love them. I love Captain Rex. He's one of my favorite characters. By now, you've probably heard all the other content creators, talking about those, and it's kind of funny because I just did my April-May roundup video for spoilers, but that's okay. I was expecting that. But anyway, Worlds is come and gone, and I think people are just kind of wondering, what's the next step, right? I know that I have been definitely thinking that a lot. And, what comes to mind to me is just sort of exploring more of the space within the game and messing around with new formats. I've actually got a video in the pipe about this very thing that I've been working on since the last video that I was sort of working on at the same time, but haven't really solidified that. And, I guess the reason I've been thinking about that a bit is because I've been playing a lot of trilogies the past month because I'm in a league at Highlander Games in New Jersey, and I'm 4-0 so far, so I'm feeling really good about my odds of taking first. It's a 7-player league, and we have to play everybody once, so I've got to play 3 more guys, and it's so far pretty good unless I lose all my games coming up. I'll probably take first in that, and the prize is a box of Way of the Force when it releases, so that'll be good amount of savings right there, right? $20 to get a box, it wouldn't be too bad because that's the league entry. But that said, there hasn't been a really huge turnout for Destiny days at Highlander, so I've been wondering to myself, what can I do to get things moving in my community? We had this rally aid thing before Worlds, and it reminded me a lot about how we sort of all need to pitch in more to get things moving, even though we also want FFG to step up to the plate on things. And I don't know, I just kind of feel like there's days where I feel like I could be doing more, and but I already have so much crap going on in my life. I'm not really sure how to fit it into my schedule or even what I would specifically do right now to sort of get things moving. Then I start to question, maybe I'm just not motivated enough. I'm working a lot though, commuting almost 4 hours a day, coming home, I'm married, taking care of the house, pets, dinner, bills, all that stuff. And it's really draining, and I'm not even sure when I'd find the time to do more Destiny stuff, and it makes me kind of sad that I can't do it right now because I really want to, and I feel like if I want it a lot, if I really want it enough, I'm gonna find the time to do it. So I've got this sort of cognitive dissonance going on about that, wanting to do it, not knowing how, and wondering if I'm really motivated enough to even do it, right? But in the same vein, I decided, I just kind of wanted to play more Destiny and see what that felt like. So, I went to my regular game night on Wednesdays at Highlander, and then on Thursday, I went to another store. I went to Tier 1 Games, which I think is in Edgewater, New Jersey. I can't remember exactly. And they do, on Thursday nights, they usually have a small tournament, or they just do casual play, depending on what the guys want to do. It was nice guys. I met a couple of competitive players. Most of them were casual. They were all very open to talking about the game, and we did a little 6-man tournament, and one of the players was the co-store owner, Steve, and he was really cool. He was playing Boba 7th. He was a pretty good player. He was very tough, competitive. It's a bit different atmosphere than Highlander. I don't know if the level of competition is as high at Tier 1, but I would say that the guys there were still very excited about the game, and they are at Highlander too. So it was good that there are similarities to the stores, but also the competition level was slightly different. The conversations were a bit different too, and I like being able to explore more of the space for Destiny, and that talking about some different deck ideas and guys who who don't necessarily net deck everything, or are really tweaking their own stuff. So I kind of like that about it. Um, the best part about it actually, was that no one there knew who I was. So I just went in, I dropped my $6, talked to everybody, got to know them, and we just played Destiny. No one was asking me for advice or talking to me during my games about this or that. I don't really want to say like I dislike talking to people who think I know something about Destiny or whatever. But there's times where it's nice to just get a break from that. I do in fact hate when people are trying to talk to me while I'm playing a game. And I don't mean like casual banter. That's fine. Someone sitting next to me or whatever. But if you're the guy standing behind me and you're making comments about like, well, why didn't I do that move or whatever in between rounds, it's not really appropriate. You shouldn't really do that. I wouldn't do that to you because now you're giving away what cards I may have held on to, or it's just sort of game breaking stuff, and it makes me kind of like, please shut up. please don't do that kind of stuff. Where was I in thought? Okay, well anyway, I took the tournament 3-0. I played Rican Yodamil, and we got 6 prize packs. It was like 2 packs per win, something like that. I just gave my prize packs away. It didn't have any legacies. It was Empire at War. And I didn't pull an ancient, so I was like, all right, you guys can just have my cards, and it was fine. It was a Shoto in there, some other stuff, and I was like, cool, whatever. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't like more fun or less fun than Highlander. It was just fun. So, unfortunately, I'm not sure that I could make their Destiny nights with any regularity, but it's good to know that there's another community of players, 40 minutes in another direction, that where I can play weekly, basically. So I really do like that, knowing that I have more options as far as wanting to play Destiny. Casually during the week. So tournaments. Right now, I've been thinking a lot about Store Championships, as I'm sure many others are too. It brings me right back to that feeling where I'm like, I want FFG to care and I want them to communicate with us about stuff. It's just that I know I'm disappointing myself in the end, but that's how I feel, and that's a hard feeling to shake once you've got it. That you want your game developer to be as invested in the game as you are, because they're making the game and you're playing the game and you want to buy the game, and you just don't feel like there's a lot there, I guess. But Store Championships, they're coming up soon. I mean, X-Wing kits just went out for Store Champs, so Destiny shouldn't be that far behind. I mean, in theory, but I guess we'll see. And I would say, I'm not super sure what deck I take just yet, but I've been refining that Yoda Rican deck a lot, and I've got it to a place where I really, really like it. I actually took a look at Bobby Sapphire's deck list. Someone had sent that to me as well, and we had about 3 cards different or so, and it was stuff that like kind of rotates in and out of the deck. It's like meta call stuff. Do you run 2 emergency evacs, 2 fallbacks, a second force heal, or a mend? Things like that. It's like nothing that changes the deck too crazily, just enough to have better answers in case you see a more heavy aggro in your meta, or more vehicles in your meta, or more dice flood decks like OTK in your meta. So anyway, yeah, I'm the mill player, so it's what I do, and I'm probably just going to stick with that because it's what I know. And, it feels good being the guy at the store who people are like, oh, you have a mill deck with you. I want to play against mill. I want to test against this. And I'm like, cool. I even have the Trilogy's Yoda mill built as well. I've been messing around with that a little bit. Much easier to tweak because there's so few cards that you actually know are going to work in the deck, and you also really know like kind of 24 of those cards probably already, because it just makes sense to add them because we've only got 1 set rivals and the 2-player game, which essentially offers almost nothing to the actual mill strategy. All right, so for channel updates. Well, that gameplay stuff is still on hold for now, as is the podcast. Although, I'm working on stuff when I can right now. It's really hard to find the motivation to do more than I really can do. Sunday is basically my only free day right now, and it's like I don't even know what time now. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, something like that. And I was doing chores since 11, and it's just like, when do you find the time, to do things when you've got 1 day a week where you got to cram everything in? But I'm going to be getting my Saturdays back in 2 weeks. Because next Saturday is my last class, so I'm like, yeah, can't wait, right? So I'm super excited for that. I can't even really express that completely. So hopefully that will give me some more time to write and shoot videos, but also to kind of just move other stuff in my schedule around, so I feel better about having more time available to actually do things. Okay, so with all this said, keep an eye out for a real video that's going to be coming sometime Monday or Tuesday. I should be able to finish the script. You know, I've been writing bits on like my phone while in the bathroom or on my lunch break at work because time is just so crazy these days. And lunch at work sometimes it's like 20 minutes. You're supposed to get an hour. It just doesn't really happen when, you know, you've got a 12:30 patient who leaves at 1, but you know they're really there till 1:15 because they show up late, and then you've got one at 2 o'clock who comes in a little early. You know, it's like, what are you gonna do? You know, by the time you sort of get your head around things, it's already, you know, 1:30, 1:40, and I'm like, I got 20 minutes to eat, you know. But anyway, I'm going to keep writing stuff because I love to write stuff, and I'm going to keep doing this until I no longer love it, you know. And if you love it, you can go to my Patreon, which is in a link in the show notes, and you can support me with a little donation. I really appreciate that big time. And I do want to thank the following people that who do donate to the Patreon. Jonathan Moss is the newest Patreon up here for $5. Eric Irvin, Gustavo Gabi, one with the Force, Jose Guerrero, and Ira Bell Star Wars Destiny podcast. Thank you, Jedi Geek Girl, for your support. So, until we meet again, hopefully Monday or Tuesday, take it easy, and may the Force be with you.